Are you tired of having to retrain ChatGPT on yourself and your business every single time you start a new chat? Well, now everyone, regardless of subscription type, has access to a feature inside of ChatGPT that will remember all of the important stuff you want ChatGPT to never forget. Today, I'm going to show you guys how to use custom instructions inside ChatGPT, making your experience with ChatGPT better and more smooth. What's up, guys? I'm Adam Gillespie, and I help realtors level up their game by using AI. So if you want real-life, actionable insights on how we can use AI as realtors in our business, then make sure to subscribe so that way you don't miss out on all the awesome content I'm coming out, showing you guys exactly how we can use AI in our business in practical applications. So let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, guys, we're inside ChatGPT, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how we can create the perfect custom instructions for you as a realtor. Okay, so before we even get into opening up the custom instructions box and putting anything in, I think it's important that we need to train ChatGPT on our business and then allow it to summarize those instructions for us. So that way it can provide details based on what it thinks it needs to know inside of the system. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, stick around. I'm going to make sure it does. So here we go. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is let's just let ChatGPT know exactly what we're doing, right? We always want to assign a role to it. So we're going to say you will help me set up my custom instructions. Before getting started, please do not start yet. So let's go ahead and send that through. And it says, of course, I'll wait for your instructions. Just let me know how I can assist you with your setup. So first things first, we're going to put in our bio. So the best way to do this is to come into your website or wherever you might have your bio on there. And the reason that we're going to grab this bio and put it inside of ChatGPT is that it's the best way that we can quickly give ChatGPT a breakdown of who we are, where we come from, and what we do, right? So let's go ahead and do that now. So we're going to go to my website here, which is adamg303.com. And we're going to go ahead and go to my About Me section. And then if I click this here, it's going to take me to my agent profile. And here is my quick and easy, ready to go bio. So we're going to go ahead and copy that. And then let's just paste that into ChatGPT. So we're going to say, here is my bio. And then let's go ahead and copy and paste that in there. So it says, hey, that's a compelling bio, Adam. If you're looking to leverage this bio for a specific purpose or platform, I can assist in various ways, whether it's creating content, blah, blah, blah. It's just basically saying, hey, we've got the bio. We know what's up with you now. Let's go ahead and proceed. So in the bio there, you can see that it gives my, my email address and my phone number. If your bio doesn't already have that information in there, then you're going to want to type this in there too and just tell ChatGPT, here's my contact information, and then put that in there. And then once ChatGPT has that contact information in there, now we're ready to really start dialing this in. Okay, so now what I want to do is let's go ahead and give it an example of how we write. So that way ChatGPT can get a little bit of an understanding of what our writing style needs to look like. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my website and I'm going to jump over to my blog section. Then I'm going to pull up a previous blog that I have written and I'm going to give ChatGPT a good example of what my writing style is. So we'll just pick this one right here. And then let's go ahead and just copy this entire thing. And then we will go back to ChatGPT and we're going to tell ChatGPT, here is a sample of my writing style. So once again, the reason that we're doing this is that we're going to be putting these inside the custom instructions, and we want to make sure that ChatGPT has a good understanding of us, our business, who we come from, our contact information, our writing style, and even our speaking style, which we're going to jump onto next. So for now, we're going to throw this blog in here, and we're going to say, here's an example of the writing style. It says, Adam, your writing style is vivid, engaging, and deeply personal, drawing the reader into your experiences and emotions with every sentence. It's clear that you have a talent for storytelling, using detailed imagery and narrative arc that not only tells a story, but also imparts valuable lessons and encouragement. This style is incredibly effective for connect. So it's just basically basically telling me a little bit about my style there, which we don't need to go into too much detail on that. The important thing is that ChatGPT understands what our writing style is. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to give it some of our speech patterns. So the best way to do this is if you have any type of video on YouTube that has you speaking unscripted, we're going to use this and then give this to ChatGPT as an example of what our speech patterns are. So our next step is we're going to come over here and we're going to go to YouTube. Okay. Move myself over here in just a second. Let this load. And then we're going to go ahead and view our channel. So I'm going to view my channel here. Alrighty, and move myself back there. And we're just going to pick one of the videos here. So I've got a video here that was 20 minutes, which is, honestly, the longer the better on this because it gets more information to put into ChatGPT. So I have a extension installed in my desktop that's called NoteGPT, and this extension is going to transcribe this video for me. So if you don't have that yet, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the extension store. So you can click this little puzzle in the Chrome browser there and go to Manage Extensions. Okay, and then over here on the left-hand side, you're going to see the Chrome Web Store. So you're going to click that, and then you're just going to type in NoteGPT. All one word. If you separate the words, it's not going to pull up, okay? But once you see this here, you're going to go ahead and click that and then just install that into Chrome. Once you've installed that into Chrome, it's going to ask you to sign in with Google and all that other good stuff. So just follow that process and then it will be added to your extensions. And when you go back to your YouTube page, you can just refresh that page and this should pop up right here. And this is a full transcript of everything that I say in the video. And since there's nobody else in this video and it's just me, this is a perfect way to provide a sample to ChatGPT about what our speech patterns are going to be. So we're going to just go ahead and copy that transcript by pushing that button right there. And then we're going to go back to ChatGPT and say, here is a sample of my speech style. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and paste that in there and send it. Okay, now that was a pretty long prompt there. If you don't want to go too much more than like a 20-minute video because there is a token limit, meaning basically a text input limit that you can put into ChatGPT at one time, and you don't want to exceed that. But as of here, you can see that it absolutely took that information in, and it says your speech style is dynamic and conversational, effectively blending personal anecdotes with professional insights. You have a knack for making complex subjects like AI developments and regulations accessible and engaging to a broad audience. Your approach, seamlessly moving from personal reflections to cutting-edge technology updates and even touching on regulatory impacts. So it definitely got a good idea of how we talk, and now it's got this idea programmed into this chat, right? So in just a really, really quick amount of time, we were able to upload our bio. We were able to give it an example of our writing style, and then we were even able to give it an example of our speech style, right? So now it's getting a really good understanding of who we are, what we're trying to do. So just to finalize it, we can come in here and we can ask it if it has any other questions that it would like to know from us, right? So you can say, do you have any questions for me to help you better understand, so we can create the best custom instructions for me? Okay. And let's just go ahead and see what ChatGPT has to say. So it says to craft the best custom instructions tailored to your needs, I have a few questions that would help me understand. Like, what's your objective and platform? What's the primary objective you're aiming to achieve with your content? Are you focusing on building your brand, educating your audience, generating leads, or something else? Additionally, what platforms do you post on, right? So YouTube, etc. So we'll go through this list of questions. We might not answer them all. It just depends on how detailed you want to get in with it. But for this example here, we're going to just go through some of the important ones, make sure it's got a good understanding, and then I'm going to show you guys how we put this into the custom instructions, okay? Okay, so first, the way that we're going to answer this, we'll just go down the list, right? So we'll start with number 1 here, and we'll say our primary objective is to educate, right? That's my whole job here, is I educate and inform. Let's see, people about Actually here, let's see. I educate and inform. So we'll just leave it at that just to keep it simple. You can, once again, I actually recommend that you guys go into extreme detail with this so that way ChatGPT can get a great understanding, but it's going to be really boring to sit here and watch me go through all of that. So I'm just going to keep it pretty simple on this one here and show you guys exactly what it can do, even pretty simplified, okay? So in order to not send that prompt through and to continue answering the questions, and you want this to look organized, go ahead and hold shift down and then hit enter, and you'll just be able to drop right below that, and you can start number 2, and it didn't send the prompt through. So audience engagement, how do you envision engaging with your audience? Are you looking to for strategies to increase interaction, comments, shares, or are you most focused on content consumption metrics? You know, on this one, I'd say both, right? So let's go to number 3. Content types. Based on your writing and speech samples, you have a versatile style. Are there specific types of content you're most interested in creating? For example, informative blogs, engaging social media posts, instructional videos, podcasts, or interactive live sessions. Let's just say all, right? Give it the make sure that we're versatile and where we're coming across with people. So let's go here to number 4, frequency and scheduling. How frequently do you plan on publishing content? Do you have a preferred schedule or timeline for rolling out content, or are you seeking optimal timing for engagement? On this one here, it doesn't really matter if you answer that one, but this one, let's just say I want to do 2 videos per week. Okay. And then tools and technologies. Are you looking to incorporate any specific tools or technologies into your content creation? Yes, you can answer that one there. I'm not going to for this one here. Teams and resources, challenges and pain points. I'm going to leave that stuff blank. So let's just go ahead and send this through right now. And then we've given it a little bit more information on what our goals are going to be. So let's see what ChatGPT comes up with now. Great, thanks for providing those details based on your goals and preferences. Here's some custom instructions to help you leverage your content effectively. So here it's actually creating the custom instructions for us. Like, we didn't have to reprompt it and tell it to do that. So it's creating these custom instructions for us. Now, full disclosure, we are only allowed a certain amount of characters inside the custom instructions, and that's about 1,500. So if this ends up being longer than 1,500 characters, we're going to have to shorten this up a bit. And do not rely on ChatGPT to be exact with numbers. Because of the way that it processes data, it does it based on tokens and patternization. And a token is basically a chunker of a word or a phrase. So just because we put one word in doesn't mean that's one token. That could mean it's 1, 2, or 3 tokens. So with ChatGPT, process of functionality being like that, when we tell it to do 1,500 words, it's like, well, I don't really know what a quote unquote word is. I only know tokens, right? So this is why ChatGPT doesn't get it exact if we tell it to write us a 2,000 word essay or something like that, okay? So we can see here that it did go ahead and add these teams, resources, challenge, and pain points like that. So we're just gonna go ahead and ignore that stuff. What we really want is we want it to create the instructions for box 1. So what that's gonna look like, so what we want it to do is just create those instructions for box 1, which I'm going to show you guys. There's 2 boxes in the custom instructions. And as soon as we're done summarizing this, okay, so you can see that it created some custom instructions there for us. Basically, what we want to do is we would want to just focus on these first 2 boxes up here, or these first 2 sections up here. That's going to basically show our audience engagement and stuff. And we can actually hone it down a little bit. And let's just say, I need you to create the custom instructions. Oop, let me learn how to spell real quick. We need you to create the custom instructions for box 1 in your custom instructions section, okay? And for some reason, I just have the worst time with the word instructions today. All right, now let's go ahead and send that through. And see, and I'll tell you guys a little bit about what box 1 and box 2 is. There's 2 boxes to custom instructions, which I'm going to show you guys here in just a minute. But basically, box 1 is what we want ChatGPT to know about us, okay? And then this box 2 is how we want ChatGPT to respond, okay? So let's go ahead and let's see what ChatGPT brings up here. Okay, guys, so we ended up answering that here, and ChatGPT kind of went off on the rails there and started just giving us insights and advice, and that's not what we wanted to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back up here, and we're going to just reprompt ChatGPT right now, and we're going to say, Actually, let's come up here and we're going to edit this and say using, and let's do this. Let's go ahead and not confuse ChatGPT by talking about our content. Let's just say, please use all of the information I gave you to create my custom instructions that I will paste into your custom instructions. Okay. Go ahead and correct that there, and let's save and submit that. And now ChatGPT should create us our first set of custom instructions. We may not use this and we may refine it a little bit more, but let's see here. So we sent that through there, and basically what it did is it kind of went off the rails. And sometimes ChatGPT does this, right? We just fed it a really large amount of information and we want to make sure it stays honed in. So what it did was it actually created custom instructions for us to basically tell us what we should pay attention to and everything like that. And it didn't really dive into our details or specifics. So what we're going to do is, if this situation happens, where we threw it off the rails was when we asked it to ask us more questions, which was right here, and then we answered those questions. So what we can do is, if this happens to you, which sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, remember guys, AI is still just getting started, so sometimes it'll go off the rails, and this is why it's so important for us to scrutinize and not just take everything that it says as pure fact, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to come back up here and we're going to edit this version, and what we're going to say is just, based on the info provided, please summarize this into a set of custom instructions that I can paste into your custom instructions for what we want ChatGPT to know about us. Okay. Now with this being corrected up here, this should definitely get us what the answer that we're looking for here. So let's go ahead and send that through and see what happens here. All right, here's a concise summary. All right, here we go. So now it's spitting out the actual custom instructions for us, which is perfect. So this is what we were looking for, okay? Name and profession, Adam Gillespie, realtor with eXp Realty, specializing in the Denver real estate market, over 7 years of experience, known for direct and no-nonsense approach. Here's my background and interest, my writing style. It's going to say here, vivid and engaging with the talent for storytelling that incorporates detailed imagery with personal experiences to connect with readers emotionally, uses narrative arcs to share lessons and encourage readers in their journeys. Speech style is dynamic and conversational, capable of discussing complex subjects like AI and real estate, shows my areas of interest and even some of my objectives, and then all of my contact information. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and copy that right there. Okay, and then we're going to come back up over here. We're going to open up the sidebar here, and then we're going to go down to our name, and we click that, and we go to Customize ChatGPT. And now we finally have the custom instructions. So here we can customize ChatGPT. Box number 1 is, what would you like ChatGPT to know about you to provide better responses? This is what we were working on inside of our custom instructions this whole time, right? Is we wanted ChatGPT to know what that was. So we go ahead and we paste that in, and you can see here that it's actually 1,877 characters long, and it can only be 1,500 characters. So what we're going to need to do is we need to actually get out of this, and we have to go ahead and come back to our conversation here and tell it to keep it under 1,500 characters. Now, once again, this probably isn't going to be 1,500 characters. It'll be much less, but we do need to shorten this up, okay? So what we could probably do is ignore the objectives on this and the areas of interest and just stick with the speech style. So what I want to do is I want to grab this stuff, and I want to say, expand on this and do not exceed 1,500 characters. Okay. Forgot to paste in what we want it to expand on. So let's go ahead and do that. And there we go. So now we're going to have ChatGPT expand on that, and we're going to try to get these custom instructions within that 1,500 character limit. So that way, when it goes into ChatGPT, it's going to know as much about us as physically possible with inside that limit there. Okay, so now we've got our custom instructions there, and hopefully that's within that 1,500 character limit. So we're going to go back to Customize GPT, and we're going to say, look at that, we're 51 characters too much. So let's just go through this real quick, and we can change some stuff up real quick. This part right here, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that there, and that brings us back to where we've got enough. And then let's go ahead and save that. Okay, so now ChatGPT knows more about us. And you're probably wondering, why didn't we put anything into box 2 yet? Well, the reason is because we don't want ChatGPT to respond in a certain manner yet, because we're going to be using this for all sorts of different things, from writing video content to creating blogs, to creating scripts for our market updates, to doing social media posts, to analyzing inspections, to doing all of this different stuff. So for that reason, I actually leave this box blank. So that way we don't confuse ChatGPT into thinking we're constantly trying to create a video or something of that nature. All right, guys, so that's how we use the custom instructions inside ChatGPT. I hope you found value from this. And if you did, please like and comment below and let me know what you're putting in your custom instructions. Let's start a chat around this. The more information we can spread out to the universe, the better off realtors are going to be in using AI inside of their business. Make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on any other killer videos just like this one. We'll see you later.